Welcome to a Fifth of Jack Gaming, and you're catching us while we're in Shipping Wars. If this is your first time coming over, welcome to the channel. And if you're still, if you've been watching us for a bit, welcome back. What we're having going on with Shipping Wars is we're trying to figure out who should be getting your money. Who should you be putting orders to? We have a whole lot of contenders that we came over that you end up watching. We grade them on a 5 different scales, so we got 1 through 5. 1 point will be how well it's packed, shipping cost, shipping speed, how easy it is to order, and finally, but not least, the value of the order. Do they have stuff that ends up making rewards or anything like that a little bit cheaper for you to end up doing it? Do they have anything that makes you want to order from them? This is where we're going to end up breaking that down. So today we're taking a trip with Instocktrades and we're seeing how well they end up doing. So without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open and see what we have inside. Starting off, this is kind of a unique box that comes from Instocktrades. This isn't something I'm used to for them. So, yeah, it's a little bit different. Earthquake. Oh, I guess before I get all excited about the slicing here, let's take this, slide this back together, and do the old-fashioned shake test. No shaking whatsoever. So we're good there. Cut the flap open. And everything is taken up quite nicely in there, which is awesome. This was something that we saw last year and a nice upgrade that they ended up doing where they didn't have too much movement going on. Alright, don't need the invoice, you don't need to see that. And this is something that you end up seeing that comes over with it. They have a cardboard box which protects it nice and neat. They have a plastic that normally comes over the top of it. I think it got stuck to the box itself. It did. So if you end up seeing it, it normally comes over like that, which is a perfect way to be able to protect that book or books that you end up picking up. In a previous video, we talked about how we were looking for the IDW series. So with that, we have a couple of them that we picked up. I have to say, this is a solid way that goes over with it. I love how the Instocktrades actually end up using this. You find this with a couple other companies as well. I'm not going to say who because we don't want to spoil the entire results of the videos that we end up breaking down. But it's a nice solid way to be able to box up your stuff. Why does that make a big difference? Because when you get the book shipped, they're going to be in pretty much a mint condition. I don't think I've seen any book damage that's came from the entire experience of using those. And I have to say, that still stands today. Because if you look, no damage, no damage. No damage, no damage, and no damage to the spine. And the same thing that goes for this guy. No damage. And no damage on the spine. So, I have to say that they did an awesome job protecting these books. So, with that going over, you got to see how well they ended up packing it. Let's take our pencil and put IST, short for Instocktrades. And how well was it packed? Did they get the point? Heck yeah, they get the point. We're giving them the point because it was super well packed. Shipping costs, orders over $50 ends up getting free shipping. So we're going to give a point for that. Shipping speed. Here's the big thing. It took a while. When I said a while for it, it ended up taking probably about 15 days for it to get sent from there to here. Now, the big thing is about this order is that everything is in stock at the time of making that order. You do end up seeing the status of your order when it was picked and then when it got shipped. And they ended up changing over the company that I ended up shipping with, because I normally end up getting it through the Postal Service because you got to sponsor your own job, but that digress. And they ended up upgrading me over to, I believe it was UPS, I believe, just because of how long it took. So that's something that's going to go over with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compromise. I'm going to give them a half a point for it because they saw there was a situation and they ended up fixing it. And that's something that you can end up experiencing as a customer. So they get half a point for speed. Ease of ordering, yep, it's pretty easy to order off there. And now value. There was a decent sale that was going on. I ended up picking up one of the volumes for half off and the other one for pretty much, 40% off, which is a nice solid way. And then also after you put an order in, you get a bonus of 2% for a week straight. So it's decent over there. I just don't like the limiting factor that it has to be done within a week to be able to put an order in. It's a technique to make you rush to have to put more orders all together. They do have deals that pop up randomly, or they also have 5 books that they normally put out on sale when they first come out. These can be a wide range of different books that comes over with it, and they tend to have it be a decent book that normally they put on that list. So I'm going to end up giving the point for it, but I would love to see a different process that goes over in there instead of just a returning customer that drops off after a week of being on there. I think a reward should be on there a little bit longer than a week. So that brings them over 4.5 points out of 5. It's an interesting aspect to that. So Instocktrades has another solid score that came over with it. They were also tied last year for being the top pick of the entire shipping wars. And let's see if they stay up top or they might end up sliding. We don't know. You'll have to find out April 4th to be able to see how that ends up working. Also, if you're liking the content that we're putting out, hit that little like button, hit that little subscribe button, and hit that bell while you're over by the subscribe button. And if you have any experience with Instocktrades, put it down in the comments down below. We'd love to see your experience with it and how well that they ended up shipping for you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see you guys later.